Fun facts about Andean condor. The Andean condor is a South America bird in the New World vulture family. Watching an Andean condor soar through the wind is a truly spectacular sight. Large in size, yet effortlessly graceful, these beautiful giants serve as one of the Chile's favorite creatures. It's easy to see why. The condor has many unique qualities and characteristics that sets it apart from other birds. Curious to learn more? Test your wildlife knowledge with some facts about Andean condors. The largest raptor in the world. With a wingspan of over 3 meters, the Andean condor is considered the largest flying bird in the world. Fully grown adults can reach a whopping 15 kilograms and can stand an impressive 1.2 meters tall. This stunning creature is the largest raptor in the entire world. Aren't the best flyers? Even with the impressive wingspan, Andean condors sometimes have a hard time staying aloft when in flight. Due to the enormous weight, that is why this bird prefers windy areas where it can glide effortlessly on the air currents. Andean condors, with the help of Mother Nature, can soar up to a breathtaking height of 5,500 meters. Have a very distinctive look. Andean condors are very sleek looking, with velvety black feathers covering their bodies and distinctive white fly feathers that reach out like fingers when in the air. Both sexes have the iconic bow head. However, males are much larger than females, have yellow eyes, and sport an eye-catching white ruff at the base of their necks. Live in surprising places. Contrary to their names, the Andean condors don't just inhabit the Andean mountain regions of South America. These birds can also be found in coastal areas, enjoying the sea breeze, and even some desert areas, where they take advantage of the thermal air currents. Andean condor numbers are greatest in Argentina and southern Chile. However, the numbers are dropping in Colombia, Ecuador, and Venezuela, making sightings of the bird in these areas increasingly rare. Have unusual parenting techniques. Andean condors only produce one egg every 2 years, and the incubation period is long, 54 to 58 days. On top of this, most Andean condors don't build a safe protective nest for their egg. They simply lay it on a bare cliff edge. For these reasons, it takes both parents to incubate and raise the chick together, giving it as much care and attention as possible. Baby condors usually leave their parents in their second year of life and take 6 to 8 years to reach full adulthood. Make a great cleanup crew. As the Andean condor is a vulture, you can guess that the bulk of its diet will be carrion, dead, decaying flesh. Because of this, these birds perform a very important ecological job, a sort of natural cleanup crew. Andean condors prefer larger animals, and so along the coastline, they will polish off any smelly seal, fish, or wild carcasses that have been washed up on shore. Live longer than you think. The life expectancy for the Andean condor is very fulfilling, 50 years. However, some have been known to live up to 75 in captivity. This age is only surpassed by its New World cousin, the California condor, which has a life expectancy of 60 years in the wild. They are facing extinction. With dwindling numbers in the northern area of its habitat, the Andean condor is definitely in trouble. This magnificent bird was placed on the IUCN Red List of threatened species in 1973 and is in danger of becoming completely extinct in the near future. The primary factor in its demise is overhunting by humans that mistakenly believe condors threaten their livestock. Other factors include loss of habitat, pesticide poisoning passing up the food chain. However, it's not all doom and gloom for these beautiful creatures.
Thanks to the repopulation efforts of many zoos,
the Andean condors is finally beginning to make a comeback. Diet. To find their food, Andean condors use their excellent eyesight and can spot a meal from high up in the air. They also look for clues to their next meal, such as other raptors gathering in one area on the ground or circling in the sky. Condors can glide over large areas while using little energy. These huge birds are too heavy to fly without help. They use warm air currents to help them gain altitude and soar through the sky. By gliding from thermal to thermal, a condor may need to flap its wing only once every hour. When a condor stretches out its wing, the wing feathers look like outstretched fingertips. These fingertips let the condor make fine adjustments in flight, like wing flaps on an airplane. But as strong and impressive as an Andean condor's beak looks, it is not as strong as the beaks of other birds of prey. After a condor eats, it rubs its head and neck back and forth across the ground to get all the crumbs off. These birds can consume more than 15 pounds of meat at one time and may not be able to fly after such a large meal. Healthy adult condors have no natural predators and are vigilant when protecting their egg or chick. Humans have become non-natural predators. Rangers poison livestock carcasses to ward off mountain lions and foxes. The poisoned carcasses kill the condors too. The male Andean condor uses quite a display to attract his mate. He spreads his wings, clicks his tongue and hisses, and his neck turns yellow. If the female is impressed, the two find an appropriate nesting spot, usually in a shallow cave on a cliff ledge. Andean condors are active during the day and spend most of their time soaring. Andean condors maintain a large home range, often traveling 200 kilometers a day in search of carrion. Naturally, they feed on the largest carcasses available, which can include lemur, alpaca, rheas, guanacos, deer, and armadillo. However, most inland condors now live largely off domestic animals, which are now more widespread in South America, such as cattle, horses, donkeys, mules, sheep, pigs, goats, and dogs. They also feed on the carcasses of introduced game species such as wild boars, rabbits, foxes, and red deer. For condors who live around the coast, the diet consists mainly of beach carcasses of marine mammals, largely cetaceans. Andean condors are primarily scavengers but have been observed to do some hunting of rodents, birds, and rabbits. Andean condors don't have a true voice box or syrinx like other birds, but they can make crude, primitive vocalizations such as grunt, wheeze, or hiss. Andean condors have the ability to change the color of the bare skin on their neck and face in association with mood. The Andean condor refers to roost and breed at elevations of 3,000 to 5,000 meters. Its nest, which consists of a few sticks placed around the eggs, is created on inaccessible ledges of rock. Eggs are bluish-white in color, weigh about 280 grams. The head and neck of adult condors are bare of feathers and are generally black to dark reddish brown, while juveniles have much darker skin and young hatchlings have fluffy gray down on their bodies. Sexes are also differ in eye color as well, with male having brown irises and females having red. The feet of Andean condors are much less powerful, with shorter blunted talons compared to those of other birds of prey. This adaptation is well suited for a lifestyle of walking and scavenging. Quite often, Andean condors will travel smaller scavenger birds to find a carcass. Condors lower their body temperature during the night to conserve energy and raise their wings repeatedly during the day to warm back up. Andean condors are monogamous and form pairs that mate for life. The Andean condor is the only one that shows sexual dimorphism, which means there is a visible difference in size and physical characteristics between the male and the female. My video has ended. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, you guys.